Speaking of poems, where did you learn Lavinski at the wedding?
Where? I learned that, where was I? Oh, I learned that when I was on pass to Battle Creek, Michigan. I was on pass there. In those days, all I had was the Salvation Army, the YMCA, and the Jewish Welfare Board. So on the Jewish Welfare Board, I sat up there and I seen this record by Julian Rose, Lavinski to Wedding. And I kept playing it over again. It was so goddamn funny. I kept playing it. And that's a big record in 4 sides. I gotta learn it. And there was a rabbi taking care of it. He says, I'm going to have you put on if you play it again. I says, Rabbi, you're supposed to entertain the soldiers. He says, you're not supposed to take advantage of us either.
Do you remember it?
Huh?
You remember it?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
One of these days I'm gonna tape it here.
But do you remember you remember the poem?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
That's awful long.
I got time.
Okay. When anybody goes to a wedding nowadays, everybody wants to know what happened down there, what you had to eat, who was there, and everything about the wedding. It seems to me that everybody's getting married nowadays. I want to get married too. But every time I want to marry a girl for love, I find out she ain't got any money. He says, last week the fellow who worked for me came to me and says, Mr. Lavinski, I want to get married. So I give him a half a day off. Because sometimes it takes longer. He sent me an invitation that it says on the top, Mr. Abram Lavinski, gentlemen, your presence is requested. Right away from the presents. They wouldn't wait till the fellow goes to the wedding. They want the presents first. At the bottom of the card it says, please come in evening dress. Jakey Lieberman came in his pajamas. And you ought to see the bride. She had on low-neck slippers, white dress called delicatessen, and right here by the necktie she wore a bunch of don't you forget 'em knots with lilies of the violets. And her hair was upholstered in the latest style, Pompadour style. It was done up in a bundle, a physic knot, with white regret sticking out. And the groom, he had on a new suit for $14, all whole double busted. The suit was made to order for his brother when he got married. The suit fit him good too, all but the coat and pants. The pants was a little tight. It's all right when he stood up, but when he sat down, he stood up. He got in the pocket a gold watch for 18 karat, open-faced steam wide by a Swiss cheese movement. The watch was quarantined for 20 years, $1 a week. And when the couple marched down the alley, the organ was playing Honigblum's Wedding March. 3 little girls held up the bride's trail, and the groom's pants was held up with a safety pin. after ceremony, everybody was crying. I seen Mrs. Korn was crying. I began to cry too. Because the rabbi spoke such wonderful words. He says, my children, there are three things that happen in everybody's life. You're born, you get married, and you die. You were born today, that you're married, now there's nothing left for you but to die. Anyway, I forget. That's just 1/4 of it.
That was the best part.
Huh?
That was the best part.
Anyway, and then he says, I have to know how to enter the second part.